profits to £129.9 million. And the owner of the upper crust baguette chain and the Ritazza espresso bar chain said this morning that it had enjoyed a significant rebound in trade since the impact of Omicron, with sales currently running at more than 80% of pre-pandemic levels. SSP, which operates more than 2,500 outlets in airports and railway stations around the world, said it was well positioned to benefit from the recovery in the travel sector and had plans to open 230 outlets during the next 2 years. The company reported a pre-tax loss of £55.3 million during the 6 months to the end of March. That was down from a loss of £182 million in the same period last year. Elsewhere in the sector, the restaurant group, which is the owner of the Wagamama and Frankie and Benny's chains, warned today that it expects prices for food and drink to rise by as much as 10% this year. Now, as the UK seeks to clear the healthcare backlog created by the pandemic, we often hear a lot about staff shortages, but there's also a shortage of space in hospitals and primary care buildings. Well, that ought to be good news for companies like Assura, which develops, invests in and manages primary care medical centres. Today, the company reported a pre-tax profit of £155.8 million for the year to the end of March. That was up 44% on the same period a year earlier. Well, joining me now is the Chief Executive of Assura, Jonathan Murphy. Jonathan, welcome to you. You recently did some polling on space shortages in the healthcare system. Where are the shortages most acute?
Well, to be honest, it's right across the system. So we did a survey of all NHS staff, and we found that both in the hospital sector and in the primary care sector, over 60% of the staff said that they felt that their facilities were holding them back from being able to clear the backlog. So the quality of the facilities, unfortunately, having a direct impact on the quality of care they're able to provide. And that's not because of a lack of effort or commitment. That's just that the fabric of the building not being able to adapt to the requirements that the NHS is placing on it.
I mean, there have been a couple of reviews on this issue. It's been suggested that in terms of estate management, the NHS is a little too focused on hospitals and a little less on primary medical care facilities. Is that your take on the situation?
Well, I mean, we operate predominantly in the primary care space, so what we're looking to do is to provide facilities in the community. So anything out of hospital is what we focus on, and really the big effort is if you can get people treated in the community and stop them going to hospital in the first place, get an intervention early. That's better for the patient and better for the system. And the NHS's own data shows that it's more than 3 times more expensive for you to get treated in a hospital than it is to get treated in a primary care facility. So if it's a minor ailment, then clearly it's much better to get that dealt with in a community facility close to your home. It's more convenient for you and it's cheaper for the NHS. So clearly more investment in primary care is going to be good for the nation's health.
Now, since we last spoke, you've announced plans for a pipeline of 22 new properties costing £166 million. How concerned are you, though, about inflation and build costs?
Yeah, well, we are seeing significant inflation in the system. That's definitely the case. I mean, we're quite fortunate. The majority of our schemes they're regional schemes. They're outside of London, so we're not seeing the same pressures on labour costs as maybe some other property companies. But materials are definitely going up. So, but we operate on a very open basis with the NHS, and we negotiate on the basis of the costs. So if the costs go up, then we have to go back to the NHS and say, unfortunately, then the rents will have to rise to match that. So we're shielded from that to a certain extent. And we operate, when we're dealing with contractors, we always operate on fixed price contracts so that we're not taking any of that inflation risk.
I think the loan to value on your buildings is around 40%. Are you worried about rising interest rates?
Well, we're actually a little bit below that, so we're in the mid-30s now in terms of loan to value. We did an equity raise just a few months ago, so we're very well capitalised, got a very strong financial position, and we've got an outstanding debt book. So we actually did a £300 million sustainability bond over the summer that was for 12 years money at 1.6%. So we've got all our debt is fixed, average maturity of 8 years, so we're completely shielded from any short-term movements in interest rates. So we're very comfortable in our current position.
Good to hear. Jonathan, got to leave it there, I'm afraid. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, still to come here on Ian King Live. We'll have a look at how global markets are doing this Tuesday morning. Don't go away.
I'm Stuart Ramsey and I'm Sky's chief correspondent.
Well, there's a real sense now that people are beginning to expect that this whole airlift is coming to an end, and they're really, really desperate. We saw snatch squads going in, grabbing people and putting them into trucks. You either live and recover or you die.
Okay, so that's like a war.
That's the war, yes.
We help you understand the world with us. Over the past 24 hours, the soldiers have been attacked on a number of occasions. It's really sending a clear message that Venezuela is eager for change. We've been crushed.
To take you to the heart of stories that shape our world.
They were convinced the United States would become hooked. Well, they were right. An enormous explosion has just come down. I think it was a monster just landed in between us.
The information on this could bring down the entire network, not just in Iraq and Syria, but across the world.
It's not out of control, but they've withdrawn. It's so hot.
Well, stocks in the Asia-Pacific region fell overnight following a decline in US futures on the back of a profits warning from Snap, the owner of Snapchat, after the market closed. Shanghai finished nearly 2.5% lower. There were also falls in Tokyo, Hong Kong, Mumbai and in Sydney. Well, that's been followed by declines in Europe this morning. Here's the current picture. All of the main European indices in negative territory right now. Here they come. Or maybe not. No, let me know. Well, I'll tell you what. Talking points in... Oh, there we go. That's a very odd. Wasn't expecting to see that either. Let me tell you about one of the main movers in Europe this morning. Air France, KLM, the airline. The company's announced this morning it's raising €2.5 billion worth of new shares to help repay borrowing from the French government during the pandemic. Its share price currently down by nearly 7% on that news. Here come the European indices. There they are, all of them, as I say, in negative territory right now. The CAC 40 in France, the biggest faller, off by 1.5%. Well, here in London, it's a similar situation. The FTSE 100 is in negative territory. That's Hargreaves Lansdown. They're very insistent to show you Hargreaves Lansdown's price this morning. Anyway, let me tell you, the FTSE 100 is lower right now. Most sectors are in the red. The biggest blue chip faller by a country mile is SSE, the energy generator. The share's off nearly 10% right now. That is on a Financial Times report that a windfall tax on oil and gas companies might be extended to electricity generators. There are not too many blue chip gainers to mention in the FTSE this morning, but Barclays, the share's up there. 2.5% on news of a new £1 billion share buyback programme. Outside the FTSE, well, it's a similar situation, I've got to tell you. And look at these. These are energy companies there. Centrica, the owner of British Gas, off 10.5%. Drax Group, another big power generator, off 16.5%. That is on windfall tax concerns. Another big faller in the mid-250 is Greencoat UK Wind. The leading mid-cap gainer in percentage terms, I mentioned them a moment ago, is SSP, the catering company. The share's up 9.5% there on its results. On the foreign exchange markets, well, it's all about the euro this morning. The single currency much, much higher after the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde said last night that an interest rate rise in September was likely. As you can see there, sterling is off by 0.9% against the single currency. That's quite a mighty fall in a single session. Sterling also nearly 0.75% lower against the US dollar right now. As for the oil price, well, that has come off the boil today following a series of warnings at the Davos summit about the global economy. Barrel of Brent crude currently changing hands at $113.22 a barrel. That's down nearly 1/5%. Well, joining me now is Rachel Winter. She's partner at Killick & Co. Rachel, welcome to you. I mean, this FT report has really put the cat among the pigeons, hasn't it? And I mean, some pretty dramatic share price reactions there.
Yeah, it's a really big surprise. So we had been talking about a windfall tax on fossil fuel companies, but this report about a tax on renewable companies or electricity generators has really come as a big surprise. And you can see it's a big surprise because the share price reactions are so big. So as you said, we've got SSE down 10%, Centrica down 10%. And I think this is a real concern because the UK has quite ambitious ambitions to reduce its carbon emissions, and it wants to become more independent in terms of where it gets its energy from. And that means it needs to expand its renewable capability. But if we do have a big windfall tax, that's going to take money away from these companies, and that's going to make it more difficult for the UK to expand its renewable capacity.
Absolutely. I can imagine the mood in some of these companies' boardrooms this morning. It will be very, very stroppy indeed, I suspect. Now, from SSE to the similarly named SSP, which I mentioned earlier on, I mean, they've narrowed their losses. What did you make of the update there?
It's a decent update. I mean, this is a company that provides food and beverage outlets in airports and railway stations. So they've had a really difficult time during lockdown. And they, as you say, they are still loss-making. They're still recovering from that very difficult period. But today's results show they are definitely on the mend. They reported results today for the 6 months up until the end of March. And those results were 200% ahead of the equivalent period for last year in terms of revenue. So that's very positive. And they do seem to be accelerating in terms of gaining that revenue. And personally, I'm commuting into London every day now, and I have really noticed an increase in the numbers of people on trains and in stations, and that's got to be good news for SSP.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, Rachel, a word on Restaurant Group.
Yeah, an interesting comment here about food price inflation. So they had previously said they expected to see food price inflation at 5+% for this full year. They've now raised that to 9 to 10%. So that's in line with what the Bank of England is saying about a potential rise in inflation to 10% this year. But interestingly for Restaurant Group, they haven't said it's going to impact their full year outlook. So that implies they're either letting their suppliers absorb this food price inflation or they're passing it on to their end consumers.
All right, Rachel, we've got to leave it there. I'm glad to hear you're commuting back in. We had you captioned as being in Woking, which I think is where you were talking to us from during the pandemic. So good to have you back in town.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. Now, it's more than 4 years overdue and £3 billion over budget. But today, the Elizabeth line, originally known as Crossrail, finally opens to commuters around the capital. But it's not just Londoners that have benefited. The project led to millions of pounds worth of investment in the East Midlands with work.
The CEO Experience presents Meet the Property Entrepreneurs. Master the wealth blueprint in a space where we are consciously empowering ourselves. Join us at our knowledge-filled events where you network, learn and grow whilst having fun. Learn from the UK's best property experts as they give a masterclass and share their secrets on how to attain wealth and achieve freedom. The CEO Experience. Be inspired.
Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
become a successful entrepreneur, and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that
myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we proud ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Starr Radio UK.
Worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK.
Still the same. Yes, yesterday, today, and ever. You're not a man that you shall lie before. Yes, you're and amen forever. Would seem harder on such radar. Yes, would seem harder. Oh my, would seem harder on such radar. Yes, would seem harder. You never change. Yes, Lord. You're still the same. Yes, yesterday, today, and yesterday, today. You're not a man. You're not a man that you shall lie. That you shall lie. Yes, surely an amen. Surely an amen. Forever and ever. One more time. You never change. You're still the same. You're still the same. Yes, yesterday, today, and forever. Yes, yesterday, today, and ever. You're not a man. You're not a man that you.
Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 10:43 from the hearts of London. Today is the 24th day of May, the year 2022. And it's a Tuesday morning, of course, so welcome to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. From now till 1 o'clock, I'm going to be your captain, taking you to all the places, flying through all the information world, but making sure you arrive at your destination in peace and not in pieces.
And ever.
So once again, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. Well, let me say good morning to my colleagues, Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Olayomi, Kojo D, my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and all you wonderful souls listening to us this morning. Those of you in the Americas, those of you in Europe, those of you in Asia, those of you in Australia, and those of you on the African continent. Amayo, massive good morning to you. Anthony Adedeji, good morning to you. Hey, Chasino, massive good morning to you all the way in Moscow. I hope you are doing very, very, very well. Playing in the background, something from Sisi Bedu, Zace, Otim Hoda, you never change.
You're not a man. You're not a man that you shall lie.
Yes. Let me say good morning to all the Hammonds. Yes,
Forever.
I hope you are doing very, very well as well.
You never change.
Well, so from now till 1 o'clock, as I said, I'm going to be your captain. We're going to be going through the quote for the day, the weather forecast, the travel updates as well. And I move on to some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, known as Global Trotting. Then at 11 o'clock, we'll be bringing you updates from Nigeria. Then we go on. At 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to have your voice or your take on any of the issues being discussed. I'll be going from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it is making the headlines, why not? As I say all the time, we'll be touching on that. So once again, welcome to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. O Team Hoda. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
You're not a man. You're not a man that you shall lie. Yes, surely an amen. Forever and ever. One more time. You never change. You're still the same. Yes, yesterday, today, and forever.
Okay, so welcome back to the program. So the quote of the day says, people judge you on the basis of your character, not on the basis of your achievement alone. So it's very important, whatever your character is, you make sure that it's working, and you are working on that whilst you are working on your prospects as well, or your achievement, let me put it that way. Okay. Now let's move on straight to the Okay, so when it comes to the weather front, this is how the weather is going to be for you today for London and the southeast of England. This afternoon, we'll see a mix of patchy cloud, sunshine, and scattered showers. This heavy and thundery at times, and however, it will turn drier later in the day with long sunny spells developing. The showers will ease off this evening, and skies will become quite clear overnight. It will turn a light breezier through the early hours, and patchy cloud will drift in from the west. Temperature is going to be 18 degrees, the lower is going to be 9 degrees. UV level is going to be moderate, pollen level is going to be low, and pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset is going to be at 20:58, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:57 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast. I'm going to take you straight to the travel update. Stay tuned, don't you worry, I'll bring you the rest of that song in a moment, but for now, let's go on the travels.
Check it out. Keep your eyes on the road.
This is Radio UK.
Okay, so keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. We'll keep you navigated, I promise. I'm on the Starr Radio UK travel update. I can do every day from 10:40. It's now 10:49 from here, the House of London. Now, on the underground this morning, I can tell you assuredly, good service throughout metropolitan, London Overground, TFL Rail, DLR. Good service there as well. London Tramlink, good service. But keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads, and keep you navigated. Moving on to the major roads in London, that's the A roads. Now, A2, A20, A4, Central London Red routes, and South Circular A205 have all got closures. That aside, all the others, no exceptional delays. Now, moving on straight to the river bus this morning once again. On the river bus, apart from the Woolwich Ferry, that's still got special service. All the others have got good service. Moving on to the National Rail as well, the final segment of our travel update. I've got a Vanti West Coast that have got special service. That aside, all the others have got good service. So on that note, once again, let me say it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today, but you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the roads.
The CEO Experience presents Meet the Property Entrepreneurs. Master the wealth blueprint in a space where we are consciously empowering ourselves. Join us at our knowledge-filled events where you network, learn and grow whilst having fun. Learn from the UK's best property experts as they give a masterclass and share their secrets on how to attain wealth and achieve freedom. The CEO Experience. Be inspired.
Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations.
customers. Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
Welcome back to the program. It is Star Radio UK. It's now gone 7 minutes to the top of the hour, and it is now time for the Global Trotting. So wherever you are, stay tuned and don't touch the dial. I'm here to bring you the best in everything. Okay, now let's crack on. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Alright, so what are some of the stories making the rounds this morning across the globe? As I said, we're going to be bringing updates from Nigeria. Activities of unknown gunmen, a far departure from agitation, Soludo is saying. Yes, the governor of one of the Southeast states is making that statement, and we'll be bringing you more on that. And then APC approves revised timetable for 2023 primaries. Yesterday during the program, when we had the PDP who was saying that, look, someone was advising them, don't go to your primaries or your selections yet. Wait for the APC to finish with this, and then you can go on up so that you can get somebody who can actually outwit them, because it seems that they are waiting for you to do yours. And then, but I know that the PDP have slated the 28th and the 29th, and the APC have slated the 29th and the 30th. So what is going to be? Well, it is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 19.4 million Nigerians will face food crisis by August. That is what ECOWAS is saying. Why? Nigeria? Well, somebody tell you that with all the insecurity going on, people cannot go to their farms to till their lands and stuff like that. So what is going to happen on that front? We'll be bringing you more on that front. Well, mentally ill persons, stakeholders finger substance abuse, economic hardship, and depression in Nigeria. Well, they say that, the governments or politicians come and help us in our ways or our challenges, but it looks like when it comes to Africa, they come in to line their pockets up, and then they can forget about you. When it gets to elections, they come and drop some patents to you, and then you can vote for them once again. What do you think? We'll be bringing you more on that front. Well, government takes over St. John's purported lands in Achimota Forest and Sakumono Ramza site. Well, we'll be bringing you more on that front. Why they said that land, they've never even distributed it or given it to the whole family yet. However, more information coming through. The question is, who is telling the truth? Is it our politicians? Do we even believe them? Is there a need for even to go to the polls to go and elect them? After all, when they come in, they promise you heaven and earth that they're going to be serving your interests. But when they come in, they become the masters and you become the servant. What do you think? We'll bring you more on that front as well. And then Accra floods twice in 4 days after another downpour. Oh my goodness, after government has given 100 million Ghana cedis for the dredging of the Odo River. Some people are saying that, well, it did happen in 1961. It did happen, and then, that's happening even in the UK. It has happened in the US and stuff like that. Do you know the contingency measures that are put in place? Well. What about insurance? We'll be talking more about all those things when we come to Ghana as well. Your land documents are intact. Land Commission assures after floods. Well, we'll be bringing you more on those fronts, and then we'll be bringing you the telltale and every detail of Sir John's last testament of his will. We'll bring you more on that. And Sudan anti-coup protests continue in Khartoum. To what end? They've gone on. They've moved al-Bashir from the place. Now they continue. The military are trying to flex their muscles, and a lot's going on. But what do you think is the way forward for them? Niger, Bozum receives shows in Niamey, hails Germany's decision. We're bringing you more. Is Germany going to help Niger to fight the insurgents or the terrorists who are encroaching on their lands? We'll bring you more on that front as well. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other parts of the world, the Chinese police files reveal human cost of the Uyghur detention. Thousands of photos and documents from a data hack of police files show the extent of Beijing's highly secretive system of mass incarceration. We'll be bringing you more on that front as well. Now, we know Sue Gray can land at any time, but what kind of shade of gray is she going to be? A dark shade or a lighter shade where we cannot see through? But well, Prime Minister is facing questions over Partygate photos. Well, the police decided, well, he doesn't need any further fines. However, information coming through or pictures that have been seen shows him toasting, raising a toast to whoever or whatever with bottles of all sorts of alcohol before him. But he said, well, you know what? That wasn't a party. There wasn't a party there. I mean, we were just there working. So, who is telling what? Is it poor kids? Or what will happen to him? Well, he's more than a cat. He's got how many lives? I think he's got 21 lives. He continues to go on. But there's a lot more going to be coming your way in the next moment. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's enjoy the song from Denzel Prempe. He says, Noko Noko Bear.
I don't know how to explain it, but it is like saying there is nobody, nothing, between nothing and anything between nothing. Yeah. Come on now, guys. Come on. Are you ready? Oh yeah. I want to change it a little bit. All right. I don't know how to, but I know how to groan in the spirit, but not with my legs. All right. Come on. Come on. I see you. I see you.
Say good morning to Dede Gifty all the way in Germany. Gifty, it was lovely talking to you yesterday. Afternoon exactly at 1:30, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business. But today, you know what she's going to be discussing? World creations, lessons from the Jews. You know, a few times we've had a couple of rabbis appearing on the show, having an interview with her. So, well, we're going to be learning from what they know and what they do. You know, interestingly, I don't like to be that kind of people who want to say, oh, I don't believe in these people, I don't believe in that, and therefore I don't want to know whatever they do. Even if you can learn something from the devil that makes it successful, you have to look at it. What does it do? What is the tactics to ruin people? Learn from that, and then you can also do something good from that. Okay, so what about that? Being good? Well, learning how to be or create more wealth. That is what you'll be looking at this afternoon exactly at 1:30. So, me, BB Clement, and whoever her guest is going to be this afternoon exactly at 1:30. But it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be going to Nigeria to bring you updates from Nigeria as well. But today I've got Mr. Frank Davis also in the house. So he'll also be joining in and we'll be bringing you all that you need to know. Well, the land that was supposed to yet to be given to a family, apparently it's already been shared. I didn't say that when that news broke. I said, well, you know what? Give me 5 years and let's check who owns the land. And if it didn't get to that, days on, and we know that the land has already been shared. You trust politicians? Will you go to the polls to go and vote for them? Well. The Zongo man says something that I really love. He said, go to the polling station, use the ballot box, and give them a bloody nose. But if you give this one bloody nose, the other one, what is he going to do about it? Okay, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 8 minutes past the top of the hour. I hope you enjoyed that tune from Denzel Prempe. There is nothing that God can't do. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what the challenges might be, remember for sure that there's someone working on your behalf. Though you might not see it, though you might not feel it, but some way, somehow, it does happen. God richly bless you, and welcome once again to the program. So it's now time for updates from Nigeria, and so let me try to bring some of the headlines before we bring Mr. Frank Davis on board as well. Top northern governors throw weight behind Tinubu ahead of APC convention that's going to be taking place on the 29th and the 30th, or the 30th and the 31st, whichever is appropriate. They will be having that. Well, what is going to be? And then the expert urges parties to go for technocrats for presidency. Do you think that will work for us? Do you think technocrats being leaders of the country, or our politicians, will actually maybe change our fortunes? What do you think about that? I will bring you more on that front in a moment. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And there's some other stories as well making the rounds in Nigeria. Wike dissolves cabinet, sacks chief of staff. Interesting one there. We'll bring you more on that front as well. He's a governor who has done that. And shuttle bus drivers protects alleged extortion by Lagos tax force. Well, are we going to be seeing another what do you call them, the special police that they had that has been disbanded? We'll be looking into those stories as well. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on straight. Let me say good morning to Mr. Frank Davis as well, who is in the house. Frank,
okay, good morning.
Morning to you.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. And you?
With the inside, someone say.
Can't you broke with the inside.
We represent life.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Nice to have you today. Listeners, Mr. Frank Davis for you. Let's go straight to Nigeria, because there are a few stories that is making the rounds there. And like I said, Mr. Olayomi Koiki is not with us, but he's giving us or sent us this information that we are going to be looking at. And those are some of the headlines that I did touch on earlier on. So what is happening in Nigeria? Yeah, let me bring you all those details. Stay tuned, don't you go away. Okay, let's crack on. Now the first story talks about Tinubu, who has been the northern governors who have thrown their weight behind Tinubu towards the APC what primaries that is going to be taking place. Top northern governors throw weight behind Tinubu ahead of APC convention. Now yesterday there was this one of these political experts in Nigeria who said that, well, the candidates that are presented by various parties, he thinks that they've not got what it takes to lead the country. But he needed people who are selfless, people who are dedicated, and they come in and whatever they say, the promise that they are making, are going to see to it that if they don't perform on those rounds, I mean, they are questioned. Or but do you think we have any of that sort from any of the political parties so far?
What we do have, I'm not going to say I know them all details, but like most Nigerians, what we do have is what they've shown publicly, and that is what we were able to judge them by. The other time was the former Obasanjo, Chief Obasanjo, who was actually advocating for someone with a lot of charisma and someone with a bit of bunkeredness,
madness,
but has so much passion that the bunkeredness is actually that I'm so passionate about this that I do not care whatever you say. I am going to defy all the odds. I'm going to snub everybody, and I'm going to focus on delivering for the people of Nigeria. That he needed someone like that. Now, if you look at what the president says, okay, look, these are the people who we represent, or we are presenting to you. But the people who have come to the ranks to be elected, none of them none of them is qualified enough. You know, when the Bible says, do we have anybody to open the scroll?
Yeah. Said heaven and earth, every place was quiet.
Every place was quiet.
Qualified.
When you line up these people, most of them will be quiet when it comes to fit for purpose test. And that's what we need to understand. What is the purpose of being elected as a president? What is your primary objective? The purpose, in my view, and the primary objective is one, to safeguard the people of Nigeria, to ensure that their quality of life continuously improve, to ensure that the most vulnerable are actually protected, to secure for us now and for the future what God has endowed us with, and to ensure that when we called or we are named as Nigerians, we will be proud enough to raise our hands that yes, we are proud, to ensure that illnesses that kills that are preventable, to ensure that food is on the table for us, to be able to steer the country in a way that governs the support and the human resource of the people, to deliver what we can call human-centered development to Nigerians. Has Tinubu, who is a cabinet minister, by virtue of him being a party leader, as a vice president, the second gentleman of the land, can the two of them, who are the leading candidates in ACP, would they be able to tell us that since we came to power, we had 20,000 people out of school, we've now been able to reduce that to 1,000. That we had life expectancy that was 60 years. Today we can say that we've increased it up to 62.
Okay, you see exactly where I was also thinking, at least 2 years.
Would they be able to tell us that the proportion of people who were in poverty were about 15% of the Nigerians? I cannot say that with my stewardship or helping Buhari, we've not reduced it to 12%. We are not asking much. That inflation rate, let's call it post-COVID or pre-COVID inflation rate, that before COVID we were trending, not growth. I do not mean GDP, because GDP means nothing to me. If Shell, BP and others are pumping more oil out of your well, and they control the stakes in that oil field, and that is adding to your gross domestic product. If you're telling me minus all that we do not owe, then I am with you. That yes, now it used to cost 10% of our income to pay rent on a monthly basis. Now, although the rent has gone up, salaries have gone up, that we have reduced that percentage to probably 8%. Now, an average civil servant now spends 8% of their annual salary, of their monthly salary towards rent. When we came in, it was 10 to 12. Those are the benchmarks that one would have expected Osibanjo and the party Tinubu to actually be saying now that look at what we've done. And in fact, Osibanjo especially attributed, this is what I have achieved with Buhari. These are the policies I advocated. I was in charge of economic management team. I was in charge of this, and this is what I did. These were the policies that I thought of, implemented. These are the results.
Even if you were not able to implement it, these are the ones that you recommended. That is the president didn't take it on board.
I don't know if Osibanjo is in a position to tell us, that these are some of the things. He can name them. One plus to his credit might say, okay, we're able to increase the number of churches in Nigeria. We're able to increase the number of prayer camps in Nigeria. We're able to get people who are suffering more to go to
churches to go and pray.
To go to churches. If that is it, then let Christians only vote for you. Christians who own independent churches now know that the more people come, the more we take offering, the more we squander it. Let them be able to. So at the end of the day, Archie, we thought a Muslim, a Christian will demonstrate at the top, and therefore we should not be seeing Christians being killed by the Muslims. Jihadists today.
Yeah.
But what that alliance, that marriage, has meant nothing to the people because they have not used that marriage adequately to symbolize what it means to be a Nigerian, and being a Nigerian supersedes being a Muslim and being a Christian. They have actually not what they call, the Bible says, well, don't yoke with them. So under normal circumstances, don't be equally to under normal circumstances, one would say, a Muslim we should, but God created a human being, and therefore Muslim were also created. But Osibajo has not been able to use that platform to tell Christians that look, we can gel, dwell, and do everything together. Muslim. Neither has Buhari been able to say that. Look, if I can work for Osibajo, who is a Christian, it means that when you see people worshiping that chapel and you are a jihadist, I'm a Muslim, you don't go in to kill them because the same Allah is the one who created them. But they've not been able to. So for me, left me alone, all of them are not qualified.
Well, while speaking to delegates, Tinubu emphasized his commitment to renovating vital areas of the country in order to stabilize the economy, generate job opportunities, and ensure and modernize infrastructure, among other things. Now, when it came to security issues, he did say we must utilize our potential as a country. Okay, no, what is the security bit? I think I've jumped. Okay, well, he said, it says we must utilize our potential as a country to train and employ our youth, deploy modern technology, lower consumer prices, feed our growing population, and export finished products. We must also establish commodity exchange boards and consider credit reforms so as to better support our agriculture value chain. Now he comes up with all these wonderful, somebody say grammatic expression or whatever you want to do, but when it comes to reality, nothing to write home about.
This is what we call grammar. Was Tinubu not part of those who campaigned for Buhari's re-election? Were these not some of the things that were on their lips singing as canaries? What have they made of them? What can they prove? You say they shouldn't pretend as if they've not been part of the system. These people have been an integral part of the Buhari's government and administration. If they think that Buhari was not good for them, or if they think that what Buhari was doing, and by the way, why did they not challenge Buhari's second term if they think Buhari is not good? They are challenging him, or they are putting their names forward because Buhari cannot go again by their constitution. So it means that they endorsed everything Buhari was doing. If that were not to be the case, we should have heard some of them speaking up, resigning, saying this is not what we campaign for. But what Tinubu is saying, everything that he's saying is a repetition of what they said before they were elected and re-elected. So I see nothing new, Archie.
Okay, now there's another person, Dr. Agu Ojukwu, who has asked delegates in all their political parties to nominate technocrats to oversee the Nigerian economy. Do you think that will work?
Right. To be honest with you, let me speak generally about Africa. I do not think the presidential system is good for us. I personally do not think that the presidential system with so much executive power concentrated in the hands of a few is good for us. I do believe that we need a more liberal system. I would prefer probably not too much parliamentary, but we try practicing a blend, but the kind of blend we practice is tilted towards the executive power more. I will be opting for something that is more prime ministerial, kind of thing, like the way we have probably in UK, Spain, and other thing, kind of stuff. Now, if you look at technocrats, actually, sometimes it is not the titles that matters. You see, they tell you nominate lawyers to bring you back a good laws. Nominate technocrats to give you this thing. But actually, you cannot tell me that those that we've had have not. I mean, they do not have. I'll give you a classic example. The former Bank of Nigerian head. When she was appointed, she was a technocrat. What did she end up doing?
Siphoning some of the
So you see, I want us to start moving away from grammar, a lot of English language which people have used, terminologies. Technocrat. What is technocrat? What do you mean by technocrat? They are not machines.
He's a civil servant, so he can.
They are technocrats. They are not machines. They are not artificial intelligence. Even artificial intelligence, once you program, yes, it works in rhythm.
Yeah.
It does not look at my face and say, okay, I'm from Yoruba, I'm an Igbo, and therefore it acts differently. So that we might be able to understand. But these technocrats are human beings.
Yeah. Tribal beings.
Most of them tribal bigots. So at the end of the day, you call them technocrats. Yes, they have all the qualification, and some of them go there and the human greed instincts overrides their mental faculty, and therefore they go there, they forget about everything they've learned from school, they forget about everything they've been taught, everything, all they care about how do we circumvent, how do we go around the laws so that we are not caught where we are stealing. And that's all they do. They spend 80% of our time looking at how to beat the system, not how to correct the wrongs, improve the quality of life. No. So yes, technocrat, but for me, it's more of the same English. Yeah, it's more of the same English. Yeah.
Now you did mention something about primary ministerial form of governance. I remember. I mean, well, I was just a little maybe 1 or 2 years during Buzia's time, so I wouldn't have seen anything there. But I remember one of my uncles was one of the ministers, and they had a prime ministerial system. I don't know how that. I mean, if it was given the chance, how that would have impacted Ghana. And under the current dispensation, how do we turn or change our system to go into that?
They said the Buzia regime, for me, it's not a good basis to be able to do a lot of analysis how it went. The Buzia regime was actually trying to follow their masters.
Yes.
Not because they thought Ghana needed our system.
Oh, okay.
In my view, they just wanted to do something different from Nkrumah, who they hated so much with a passion. And therefore, if it's just like the British, if the whole world is driving on the left, we must drive on the right.
The right will go left.
If the whole world is using ZEI, ZES to basically end certain words, we must use SES. LISIS. So basically, it's that we want to be different from that.
Okay.
Right. So I don't think is the best thing for us to be using. And within that Buzia time, when it comes to Ghana, there was a lot of anger. The public were angry in a way because of what they have colluded with the foreigners to do, taking out what a lot of people would think that was a president sent by God to Ghana and Nkrumah. So basically, people were angry with that regime because Buzia and others were part of those who masterminded the overthrow of Nkrumah. Actually, when we're practicing democracy, with practicing presidential system, we've seen that it is not delivering. At best, the president can come and tell us what he doesn't even know or believe in himself. But the prime ministerial system, what you seems to have is a working leader. Because for look, just take it for example. Look at those who come to parliament. Look at Boris Johnson. Always have to be on his feet, if for nothing at all. The public hear his views on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, about what needs there to be done on that. Last week, for instance, Keir Starmer was talking about poverty and within a certain group of people, and he actually used one man as an example how vulnerable the person, painting a very, very vivid picture. Look, the prime minister was stunned when Keir Starmer sat down. The response, he would like to have the details of the person, right? If that will engineer policy change, it means that across the board, those in those same conditions will also stand to benefit, because if it is Frank that the Prime Minister wanted to know about the details, there could be thousands of francs. And you cannot institute a policy just for Frank,
one person,
unless Boris Johnson wants to say that I will support him personally. You cannot say state funds should be used to support Frank when others like
the
Frank
same boot like him.
So you see what I mean? So on a daily and a weekly basis, you have the Prime Minister being tested about his knowledge of it. I like our system. If you ask Buhari certain questions today, he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know.
Akufo-Addo wouldn't know. Look, if Akufo-Addo were to be a prime ministerial material, or we had a prime minister, he wouldn't go and tell people that he thought everybody was happy about free SHS. And as we speak today, I believe he thinks everybody is happy about e-levy. He thinks everybody is happy about planting for food. Planting for food when we are short of greens
to plant.
Are you getting me?
The seedlings, we don't have it. Interesting.
It's a beautiful continent.
Now, so Nigeria is embarking on a make or break 2023 general election. Presidential and gubernatorial aspirants are already talking about how they will fix the economy in 4 to 8 years. A program which successive administration since the Civil War ended undertook under various titles and limited success. So virtually this speaker is just talking about the fact that it's not feasible when he say in 4 years I can transform, using the same template.
Probably he's just promising his family. It's John promising his family that in 4 years I can get you 17 cars, I can get you 17 plots, I can get you ABC. Probably those are promise. Some of these people are making promises directly to their families. Not
of course. Now we know. Okay, I find a story from Nigeria, and then we can bring the update to close. Now, Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State has said that the nefarious activities of the so-called unknown gunmen are contrary to any form of political agitation. Now, reports that security in Nigeria's southeast has deteriorated in recent times, with attacks by armed persons reported almost on a daily basis across the region. Now, Anambra State has witnessed some of the worst attacks in the region. The attacks often target security agencies, government officials, and facilities. The attacks by the gunmen increased in the state shortly after Soludo's inauguration in March and announcement of an end to the sit-at-home order in the state. Yesterday, we had some of the I don't know whether the front is broken when it comes to the IPOP, and so some of them are saying that Nnamdi Kanu is no more their leader, and therefore they are going on whatever they want to do. Others are saying no, he's still the leader, and some are saying they are trying to control whatever thing that is going on, burning houses, killing people, slaughtering heads, and stuff like that is going on there. But I don't know how, because I remember Soludo going to visit Nnamdi Kanu, I think last 2 weeks in prison. So I thought that would bring about a bit of peace and tranquility, and then maybe we'll have minds settling down a bit to address this thing. But with what is going on there, and then the southeast is virtually under some serious threat again. If
there's no figurehead for an agitated group, you likely to see splinter rivalry going on and splinter groups coming up. We saw that even within the IS, the Islamic State, you see a lot of splinter groups coming, especially when the leader that they've all rallied around is no longer there. If you see what is happening in southern Cameroon, Abanzonia people, again, you begin to see a bit of splinter groups coming. So in every organization, you're likely to have those splinter groups coming in, especially when it involves power struggle again. You're also likely to see an effective machinery by government in power to be able to divide and rule.
Yeah.
Which will mean that, and this divide and rule strategy has been tested, proven to be very effective against, people. And again, because you are a pastor, it's biblical principle display that when there's no unity, you can't do that. So basically, that principle runs across everything, and it will run through Yoruba agitation, it will run through what do you call it, the Biafra, as any organization, it will run through it. Now, what I think government can do today, if they want to, it's a win-win approach. I don't see how they're going to lose out of it. I do believe personally that even if you give Nnamdi Kanu house arrest, the people will be more comfortable than incarcerating him.
Yeah.
And I do think from there you can agree with limited access to his people.
Yeah.
That will serve as a rallying ground for all these splinter groups that might do differently. Because if they want to go, someone say, okay, look, Nnamdi Kanu plays safe. We're telling him, let's start burning that house. That's the only way people are going to listen to it. He said, no, let's be diplomatic about it. Where is he? He's in prison. I am not going to be diplomatic. The people who have taken to violence are walking free. In Cassette example, Boko Haram, what they call it, the hoolons that are going are free. And therefore, if you think we're going to be quiet, we're going to remain silent, we're going to remain diplomatic and achieve our goals and our aims, you're joking. And therefore, for us, Biafra A, we're going to be violent. Biafra B, we're going to be violent. So that is what you have. You losing control. There's one thing that is fueling them. The way they've been treated, they say they don't like it. They want to go their way. Whether they're going to go their way, they're not going to go. I'm not endorsing they should go on their way. But there's something which is rallying, which they are all coming around. You go left, west, north. There's something they say that one, we are Biafrans. Two, we feel we've been discriminated against. 3, we feel for a long time we produce resources, but we have been left poor. So there's certain things that they congregate against. If you can get a figurehead in there to basically rally them around, you'll be able to stop the splinter groups causing this. But they want to show that they are government. They want to show sometimes it's not the strongest man that always wins the fight. Wisdom must be applied. And if they're going to be using strong man's position because they have the powers of the state to be able to arrest someone and incarcerate him, lock him up, and that to demonstrate that if you joke would
lock you up, and that's what is going to happen. Well, we hope that peace prevails in that part of the world, because the killings that have gone on for some time now is quite appalling. But well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, 1137, and that's where we bring the updates from Nigeria to a close. You can post your comments if you have, and I promise you we're going to read that. But let's take a quick musical break. A musical break, and once we come back, we'll continue with the show. This one is from the Zongo Man. As Nigerians, are Nigerians going to be going for the 2023 elections? If they are, well, it says use the ballot box to give them a bloody nose. Can we actually do that? Are we actually selecting or getting the right people in place? What do you think? All right, enjoy it. We'll see you.
You use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Break no lies, take no bribe, take no promises, take no stain, take no sound bites, no slogan shouting. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Don't rig votes, no gerrymandering. Don't use
This is Starr Radio UK.
no military
This is Starr Radio UK.
intimidation, no harassment. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Register to vote so that you can vote. Vote. Vote for no wolves to care for sheep. Vote. Vote for people who care for you. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Use the ballot box. Use the ballot.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
The CEO Experience presents Meet the Property Entrepreneurs. Master the wealth blueprint in a space where we are consciously empowering ourselves. Join us at our knowledge-filled events where you network, learn and grow whilst having fun. Learn from the UK's best property experts as they give a masterclass and share their secrets on how to attain wealth and achieve freedom. The CEO Experience. Be inspired.
Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Hope you enjoyed our music that came your way from the Zongo Man. Use the ballot box. Well, we've used the ballot box all this while. We've not seen improvement in our lives when it comes to that part of the world, Africa. as a whole. I mean, what is the way forward for us? We would like to know. What do you think? Frank was recommending the prime ministerial system, where you can get the prime minister or whoever it is to come to parliament to put to be questioned and also put his case across, like on a daily basis, so exactly what is going on, people know it, rather than waiting until all the harm has been caused and then we say, oh, it was doing so and so. Now, how would that pan out for you? So we want you to add your voice to the discussions wherever you might be. Share your take with us, and I promise you we will also put it across. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. So now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, namely going to Ghana now. With me in the studio, Mr. Frank Davis, I am Archie. So now straight to Ghana. The government takes over Sir John's purported lands in Achimota Forest and Sakumono Ramsar site. Now, checks by the Lands and Forestry Commission, the repositories of records of lands in Ghana, have shown no record of ownership of lands at the Achimota Forest or Sakumono Ramsar in the name of Kojo Wutuefriye, the former chief executive of the Forestry Commission, who was popularly known as Sir John. Now, however, given the totality of allegations on the matter and the said bequeathing of some lands in alleged will of Sir John, the government had decided to take over all the lands purportedly acquired by Sir John in the Achimota Forest and Sakumono Ramsar site. Now, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, has therefore directed the Lands and Forestry Commissions, respectively, to deem any lands both in the Achimota Forest and the Sakumono Ramsar site purportedly owned by the late Kojo Wutuefriye as void, and are to take appropriate actions accordingly. It goes on further to say, for the avoidance of doubt, the bequeathing of the aforesaid lands is if established, will not pass any interest title to the named beneficiaries in the alleged will. A statement issued by the sector minister Samuel Abujinapo, that's today, the 24th of May. Now, let me come to you. Are they trying to say that this will that has gone viral is fake?
Actually, you really want me to comment on this? Okay, actually, let's
I even dotted.
Let's interrogate. I read the statement. Part of it. In the first place, they made mention on the fact that the will is a subject of litigation as part of the statement. Now, let me be clear that whether the will is a subject of litigation or not does not concern Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Because the substantive issue that is being contested in that will in court has to do with how what belonged to him has been apportioned.
Yeah.
It is who is a wife, and who is not a wife.
Yeah.
The subject in that will or the subject of the matter being contested has nothing to do whether he actually owned that land or do not own that land. That's set aside. Secondly, are we in an animal's kingdom? You cannot just come out and say you are taking over someone's land. Government can just not announce that she's taking over Sir John's land. If Sir John has acquired the land from Achimota Forest legally, paid all the money, Ken Ajapon was what they call it, was on air saying that they offered him a CSIR land. He paid for it, but the CI came later and said, "Oh, this is our land, so therefore we will not release it." You recall there was a time the CI people were going on demonstration.
That their lands have been encroached.
So it's a culture, it's what they've done, and they've been distributing lands. As we speak now, we have to bow. We have dentists was even giving land.
Is it because it's Baumia?
Okay.
Of Baumia,
actually, we need to look at the genesis of this, because Fiesta Royal, this whole thing started 2003. That's where the whole thing, let's distribute, let's share ourselves. So government can just not wake up that, oh, we're going to, without going through parliament, without anything, just to go and take someone's land. It means that even your house can be taken away from you.
Yeah, okay.
We are not
okay.
in a jungle. We are not in a jungle.
Yeah.
Look, if you think Sir John owns land over there, you want to take them back, you need to go through the due process. The first, Ghanaians would like to know, how come forest reserves were sold? How come conflict of interest when he was a commissioner?
Yeah.
He was a director,
the
CEO of that commission. He was appropriating to themselves. And in fact, the person he appointed, who was his nephew, as the director of operation, is alive. And has in that will was mentioned, named as having
one of the beneficiaries.
Not even beneficiary, also owing
the land. Owusu guy. Yeah.
There were 2 Owusus over there. Also owing a land over there. Why are we not interrogating that person today, who was the director of operation at the Ministry of Forestry, to know how he came by that land? Why are we not interdicting him to get the truth? Are you getting me? Look, you see what Samuel Abu Jinapo is trying to do. If I'm a weed smoker, I smoke weed, and me and Kofi Ali go to smoke a lot.
Yeah.
We go to buy, we smoke. Sometimes fellas will join us, we smoke. And then, Archie, you searching people, I work with you and you say, okay, today our duty is to arrest or to look for people carrying weed. Yeah. Then you send me to Kofi Ali and to go and check their pockets if they have weed. What do you think I'll come and tell you?
They don't have any weed, you know. They never.
Once I'm dipping my hands in their pocket, hey, hide it, put in your pants so that we don't see. I'll tell them we don't say and leave the. Is it? Are you getting? Hey, let's stand and let me search you. Oh no, move away from us. That's exactly what I'll be telling you. So Abu Jinapo, who himself has been accused of having some lands.
Okay, so he's also got some lands.
A government. Look, if they want the truth, what we need a public inquiry. Actually, we need a public inquiry, and this is not about NDC and MPP. In my view, for Ghanaians to have confidence in the system when it comes to this land issue, do not forget that between 2003 to 2008, we lost a lot of lands. As we speak, all the green belt in East Legon
is gone.
It's gone. They've taken everything. Right? State Housing Corporation acquired a lot of lands. SNIT acquired a lot of land that they've not built on. All of them. Archie, and we're talking about Accra. Forget about only Accra. All the regional offices.
Yeah.
All the regions.
Yeah.
Those lands are gone.
Gone.
Archie, they've shared it among themselves. Regional capitals and all that. Government have lands over there.
Yeah.
They've taken all of them. So Accra is the one we are focusing on. But the regions, everything is gone. Actually, they've distributed among themselves. They've generated intergenerational wealth for themselves. So at the end of the day, what we need to do, yesterday I was telling some officials within NDC, when they were making noise, I said, look, NDC, keep quiet. You are not qualified to even criticize MPP in this. The reason being that you messed up. When you came and both Mills and Mahama cannot tell me that they are clean in this. When you came to power, you saw the way lands were taken as peanuts by these people. Yes, you went ahead and claimed some back. That's why we can talk of Ghana for this thing, even getting to what they call it, close to Legon Stadium. All those lands were being distributed like pancakes. Trinity College, Atraco, those lands, Kisima area were gone. Legon Farms. So NDC, you cannot say you didn't know a lot about this. What you could have done was to issue an executive order. All those who have bought land, the state is claiming it back. All right. So anything that can be done now, if you want to be clean, if one is to come and apologize to the public, because we have one thief and you have been sent as a police, And you also came by telling us, oh, all right, you are an accomplice.
Yeah.
We voted for you in 2009 to correct some of these things. You never saw you are actually an active enabler and an accomplice of this thievery. So all we need to do now, tell us that, okay, the Fourth Republic, you're setting up a public inquiry to investigate or to look into all public lands that have been diversified from 1992 to date. My recommendation, those who have not been compensated will be compensated. If there's a need that we take over some lands back, we do, and compensate the people. And whatever recommendation they come, we must form the basis going forward for any land that has been acquired by government being given out. We need a new land policy. We cannot have people who go and set 1927 law governing forestry. Even at that time, they had a conscience, knowing that we needed a green belt, and come and tell us today that you are issuing a CI, what they call executive power 144 to take. No, it doesn't make sense. So what Abu Jenapo is doing actually is that the scenario I've given you. He's a weed smoker. He's gone to the weed smokers den, and he's coming to report that there's not even weed seed over there.
Yeah,
forget about him.
Oh, the place is smelling nice. You cannot even smell.
Forget about him.
Now, it is sad, but like you are saying that there should be a public inquiry.
We need a proper public inquiry.
But this is a country where we've had inquiries, where we've had learned men. Let me put it that way. We have justices of the who have sat on panels to inquire or investigate things and have come out with reports, and nothing has been done about it.
Yeah,
so
nothing has been done about it because the people who have appointed them. They appoint them to report to them so that they made a decision. That's part of our constitutional problem. But I do think that if we have a good public, not commission of inquiry, we have a public inquiry. Because commission of inquiry, yes, you can set up a commission to inquire about certain. We saw what happened at Iowa Commission. We saw what happened at Edra. And if any lessons were learned from Edra at all, what happened at Nkranza should not be repeating itself. And to a point where the regional commander, whoever is telling them, they do not know who actually ordered the shooting. Because we would have had a manual to say that because of what happened at Edra, because of what happened at Ayawasu, going forward, this is what our operational, or this is how we engage any protest, any demonstration. This tells us that they did not take any of those finding serious. They didn't even bother. So at the end of the day, it's a culture that they've cultivated. Just set up a commission for inquiry to confuse the people and pretend to be doing this. And this is exactly what Samuel Jenapo has done. Pretending to be acting. That's what they're doing. Pretending to be acting. They're not doing anything, actually. They're not doing anything.
So do you think that the country should, the nation should just take those lands back, find monies, loans or whatever, and pay these individuals whatever they've bought what they paid for it?
Something might have happened for Owu family, if anything, to be calling for the lands back. Look, the law says when the state acquires land, if the state does not have the need for that land again,
return to the family.
The first people who must be given the priority should be the landowners. I do not want to go into who owns that land, whether it's the Wu family, whether it's the Usu, or whether it's what they call
whoever,
or Teshi or whatever Usu people. I do not want to. But the laws is clear. The laws are clear. If you are state, you take land from some people for the purposes of uniform state, and for this one we're looking at purposes of creating a natural nature reserve in a very good green belt over there. That is why you took it for. There comes 2003. We saw first property, what they call it, Fiesta Royal Hotel, being built along those lines. There are a lot of properties that will develop over there, over there now. All right. Now, actually, if I'm a Wu family, if I'm a Su or whatever who gave the land out, and we now see not
property
the state
is being developed.
Property is being
yeah.
private property. What do you think will be when the law states clearly that we should be the first point of call if we do not have the use, if the government does not have the use of the land? So the state acted illegally to orchestrate or to basically call on those people to start demanding for their lands. Because I do believe if the state has not start acting illegally, those families would have agitated. So who gave order? Who gave the license for Fiesta Royal Hotel, one of the first to have actually built along those areas? Who gave that order? Who gave that land out? Who bought land? Who sold it? Are you get me? Who sold that land? All aviation land, Asharbotre areas, all sold that. Who did that? They come with a policy, regional regeneration, urban regeneration policy. Jacobi Chebilante allocated to himself a good land at rich under the policy, distributed the rest to themselves. Cantonment lands were being sold for 7,000. Can you just imagine? Property developers, and I ask myself, look, let's assume cantonment lands. We say, okay, we do not have the need for these lands again, near parks and gardens and all those homes. We want to use it to generate property, to generate funds. Okay, why can't we say, okay, developers that are interested, we have a lot of civil servants, we want to accommodate them, developers that are able to provide 12-story buildings within safety, where you have to buy a fire engine, this all this. The state will give you land and use it as equity. Until we hear trading.
That's what they've done.
Fairfield Homes. What did they do? They gave some lands out and use it as equity for the developer. Right? We could have actually done the same thing, but you know what we do? We do engineering. I mean, wealth generation. So Archie, I am the land commissioner. I come to you. You are my chronic. We'll sell this parcel of land for you at 10 Ghana. Overnight, on the table, you go to Francis. You know Francis is a developer. Francis, I have a parcel of land in this part of the land. I'm selling for 200 Ghana. Will you buy? So, right on the table, even before I pay for it,
I've made a profit.
Just because I know you, I've made a profit of 190 Ghana, and then you come and say, okay, you know, Francis, thank you, Frank, thank you, take a 5 CDs for your troubles. So that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. Same thing that they do when it comes to oil, contaminated oil. They sold it on the table to 3 companies. It didn't leave anywhere.
No. Paper
1A sold to paper B, the same person signing at. That's exactly what they did, and the landers were exactly what they are doing. Canada Japan was saying what? Intim told him that he should go and look for another land, and then when he counts, you do the documentation. So they should go and be looking for government land
and say, I want this one.
So that when you identify a property that belongs to government, come to me
and use some CSI or CI or whatever, and then
I will say, we've given you this land. Actually, even peanuts are not distributed like that, and these are limited resources.
Now I'm scared for the country. Honestly, I'm scared. You see, I tell you, I've lost hope.
The party will be reset. Don't worry.
What is going on? You are depriving the majority of the people of a chance to even just have a place to lay their heads. Let build a shack just to lie in. You're taking all that from them.
One would have thought that Kufuor, when he promised the Kaya hostels, that when he's building
the cathedral, he would have built something.
They will build 10-story buildings so that civil servants that because of traffic come home late.
Could live there.
Civil servants that go home tired and therefore do not have enough rest and therefore come to work late. Productivity impacted. All that area will be used to build high-rise buildings for accommodate civil servants. Teachers fund is there. Why can't we say teachers fund build this accommodation, rent it to civil servants.
Yes.
Let's have a bit of stability in the property market. Deploy your resources. The rental this income to you. Why don't you use housing associations? Something like a similar thing.
Yeah.
Why don't we encourage SNIT? They say SNIT, you are the last resort.
Yeah.
This land is ours. We have equity in SNIT. Build this property. We thought God, you know what? God will come and create building for us at the cathedral side. Don't worry.
That's what one Nigerian pastor they say that we have a mango tree. We can cut the mango tree down, and then we saw it into benches and go and sit down on it and go and be praying to God on the benches and say, God, the sun is shining and we want food to eat. Meanwhile, God gave us the resources, we never used it. But well, listeners, what do you think about all that? It's a very, very sad situation when it comes to Africa, especially when it comes to Ghana as well. I look at it and actually I've lost hope, but they continue to tell me, don't lose hope. But if you don't lose hope about what is happening there, what has the next generation got? But well, let me tell you what is happening there. Another story before I open the lines, and this pertains to the Ejapa. Well, the great I am that I am had very great reasons to change our life. Spans from the days of Jared, Noah, Methuselah, when they lived past 100 of years to our current dispensation of 10. Now, Jared was technically a forefather of Noah. Is giving you a bit of biblical. Listen, this is a statement, statement from Ken Oferiata. Somebody is writing something along those lines. That's collateralization, an illusion. It's talking about the Japan royalties. That collateralization is an illusion. So it says, now let me read, continue to read that. Now Jared was technically a forefather of Noah and his 3 sons, especially as his age was given as 962 years old when he died, making him the second oldest person mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. Septuagint. Noah lived past 950 years, whilst Methuselah, a direct descendant of Seth, the third born son of Adam and Eve, lived to the ripe age of 969 years. Now, if any of these men were leading modern day nations, they could be granted the room to secure loans with repayment terms spreading over 100 years because they will still be around to ensure repayments. But it says what worries me now, I believe, is still require constitutional reforms to curtail it. For sure, it is that no government should be required to borrow against longer terms that will mortgage the future of our children and our children's children into bondage, to see them shipped out to other continents and lands as slaves because they were unable to pay loans contracted by their forebearers, unless the project will be self-sustaining over time. Otherwise, such an act will be criminal. Now, this pertains to the Ejapa deal. If I want to read it, it's quite a lengthy statement that has been written. There are lots of comments that is coming about that. Now, you see the example that he gave. So if I say, okay, I'll be living up to 1,000 years, and I'm going to take a loan that will last. I have to pay the repayment. This is about 100 years. My children for sure know that daddy will be around. He has to see to pay it. But if I know that, call it 90, I'm gone. I am 78, and I go and take that loan. I know that Frank, you will be paying some, the other ones will be. So what is going on? Do you think this in Japan will still go on?
It is not about how long they are going to live to pay. This is war, and until Ghanaians identify and Africans come to understanding that politics with African leaders, it is war. It is not about carrying guns. It is war against the people. It's private families fighting the state and the common good for their private interest. Actually, these are Japan deal. The proceeds that will, the ownership of whatever, it is about making resources for their families. So far, for the generations to come, their families will not have to suffer. That is all that it is.
Generational wealth.
That's all they do. Look, I heard Akufo-Addo saying something, and when Akufo-Addo came to power in 2017, there was a document that was circulating. They call it Archie Mafia Plan.
Yeah, I remember that.
Archie, Everything that was detailed in that document is being played
now
like a movie. I have a copy somewhere.
Wow, the script.
It's a scripted plan that is being pushed. And I heard Akufo-Addo himself saying it, and that's the plan. Akufo-Addo once said that in Japan, there's a family that controls power. There's so much embedded in the financial services, so much embedded in the legal services, that no one goes and comes without their cronies or their approval. That family is so powerful that if you only want to be a prime minister, unless they approve of you, you never become that.
I see.
That again, you recall when he went to Canada, when he had a confrontation with that women.
Yeah.
He made a comment on that stage, and people did not take him. He said, "Look, what matters is about control of levers of decision-making process." Archie, that is why in Ghana today, Akufo-Addo has taken over the security. He has taken over the judiciary. How come one person appoint over 10 Supreme Court judges?
So that he can have majority from his side.
Every time, even for the next foreseeable years. Unless you find a way, because our constitution says you cannot retire them.
Yeah.
So the control over decision making process, the levers. When he says control over the levers of decision making process, people should not take it lightly. Take the whole country. The most powerful sectors of the economy, finance.
Yep.
Who is controlling them now? Do you know the family controls part of Ghana Commercial Bank?
You don't mean it.
Do you know their enterprise group have a very strong stake in Ghana Commercial Bank. They are now setting up NIB to collapse so that Ghana Commercial Bank will take over. The banks that they collapsed, what if you take what they call it, UT?
Yeah.
Who took control over them assets? Ghana Commercial Bank.
Yeah.
And therefore automatically increase the value of enterprise group shareholding in Ghana Commercial Bank.
Okay.
Actually, you need to sit down and understand what this game, I mean, it's about. We now control the judiciary.
Yeah.
We control most of the lawyers.
Yeah.
That is why today the Chief Justice will tell you that when you go to court, senior lawyers should be those who should be called first. Because they are those we have control over. And anyone who wants to have that privilege must practice is one of our senior most lawyers' chambers. And therefore young graduates cannot graduate and set up and be recognized. No.
Wow.
You can establish your chamber. Nobody is going to
recognize you. No, you
and if I bring you a case, and it's going to take me 2 years because when Akotuampao can be called the next day, I'll go and pay him $5 million. And Ghana judicial system one of the most expensive globally. Are you getting me? We need to understand exactly what is happening. We have now been told that the mining sector, they are trying to take control over it. Okay? One, if you look at the Galamsey issue, we are told, according to intercepted audio, that even the killing of Major Mahama, that Gabi knew about it. It is not by accident.
Allegedly.
No, we have the audio. It's from their own person. He has not come out to deny it. And silence means what? Consent. Now, we do have evidence from Joy FM report that, do not forget, the president is a chief commanding officer. He's a commander-in-chief.
Of the,
so when the army moves, they move in his name.
Yeah.
We have a task force that went to Galamsey site doing their duty, and a contingent of military went to confront them, brutalize them, trying to take over. So who commanded them? The president has not answered. Are you telling me that the president did not know the movement of that contingent?
He should.
Or his national security did not report to him? So what are we being told? So if the president approved a contingent of military men to go and encourage Chinese to continue to mine, at the same time he coming to tell us that he's fighting Galamsey, what is he doing? Actually, it will interest you to know, Saitong, one of their favorite.
Yeah.
One of their favorite.
Yeah.
Do you know his stage? I mean, he made a fool of Ghanaians.
How?
Okay. Do you know that Sir John had a mining company? It was named in that will. And that same mining company, there's this news item. The mining company is called Faso Multi Services Limited. Now, this company donated a pickup to Forestry Commission. The Forestry Commission of Ghana was presented with a Toyota Hilux pickup vehicle by Faso Multi Services, a mining company in the Upper Sawa Forest Reserve. Listen, Forest Reserve, which is under the Bibiani Forest District. The mining company, which has acquired the license, the necessary document, and permits to undertake mining activities in the Wasa Forest Reserve, made a humble call to the commission to assist them in protecting their mining site by providing them with competent and trained forest guard. Actually, let's stop there. What happened over here is that I am the chief executive of Forestry Commission. I set up a company, and then I use that same company
to donate to.
I aided the company to get all the documents needed. Then I use my company to donate a pickup, which I even receive in the glare of the public with applause. That yes, my company,
to this company,
without knowing, without telling anybody that it is my own company. And then the most critical of it is that I then use that company to call on myself to supply state resources to protect my company's activities. That's exactly what he did. Because the Forestry Commission will now have to deploy forest task force to protect a private mining company belonging to myself,
because
the chief executive.
They donated something to you.
You see,
wow,
these are criminals. You see, these are criminals. Archie, they all deserve bullet. But
interesting. Now, if people don't rise up, you know, my question is, if people don't rise up now, it's going to get to a point where listen, you will be in your own house, but they can just come and say you out of the house. You take that house.
I think they've delayed. The youth have delayed. I saw a video where a youth were marking a poor woman who was working on. I said, look, Sir John's brothers are there, Gabi Ochiri others are there. What have this poor woman got to do? What have you got in her bag? Why don't you go to those who take some? Why don't you stop a minister and say, Samuel Jinapoi, whatever you
get
got,
out of your car.
Get out of that car, give me part of that. You know, give me my share. Give me my share, you don't move. Why don't you do that? You go into the poor woman. It doesn't make sense, you know.
Well, now interestingly, yesterday, that was over the weekend, they were discussing terrorism activities that they think is getting towards the country. And then I was yesterday, I did touch on the fact that I'm of the view that they need to identify the push and the pull factors that will make somebody want to join this group, because they're saying apparently that there are some Ghanaians who have been found in there, and there were 10 beheadings or killings of some military or security entities. Now, so my question is, with what is going on, and they're now throwing this story in, are they actually looking at both and saying that, look, with what these actions that we are taking, automatically is going to push these people to go to this place, and then we're going to have an insecure situation in the country?
Actually, is this the first time that they know that terrorists are knocking on our doors?
No, they have to throw that in convenient time.
It's a way of diverting attention. Actually, we know terrorists have been operating within the South region. We know even Syria, we know a Ghanaian was among the bombers over there.
Yeah,
will it take, why must it take, what do you call it, Opon Kuma to come and now be telling our Ghanaians are involved? I mean, they've told us this already. Ghanaians are involved in this already, right? And the call to be secure or to protect ourselves is something that emergency number that they brought out yesterday.
999.
Emergency numbers always be emergency numbers. So what are they talking about? It is a clever attempt to take the nation's attention from the mess that has been discovered within Akufo-Addo's government. Selling, sharing, and ripping the country of its resources. You know.
Well, listen, it's 19 minutes past the top of the hour. It is Starr Radio UK, the Tuesday edition of the morning show. With me in the studio, Mr. Frank Davis. I'm Archie. We're going to take a quick break, and once we come back, we continue with the show. This afternoon, as I did announce, world creation in the Jewish community is what BB Clement will be looking at. A lesson from there. So join her exactly at 1:30 on that front.
The CEO Experience presents Meet the Property Entrepreneurs. Master the wealth blueprint in a space where we are consciously empowering ourselves. Join us at our knowledge-filled events where you network, learn, and grow whilst having fun. Learn from the UK's best property experts as they give a masterclass and share their secrets on how to attain wealth and achieve freedom. The CEO Experience. Be inspired.
Welcome to the winner's circle. If you made it here, it means you done put in the work, dude. Congratulations.
From employee to entrepreneur, and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that
myself and the world will adjust. And 2019,
forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. 12:24 the time. Now at 1 o'clock exactly we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So if you want to join in, feel free to do so. Interestingly, looking out of the windows, you could see that is pouring down like no man's business. How is it pouring down in Ghana? Interestingly, they're saying that, well, you know, the floods that we are seeing, it's just like what happened in the 1960s, and it's okay, you know, it was something that was happening there. Well, at the time, people didn't have the technology, you know, the resources as much as has been coughed up to various entities to work on it. But what do we see? Floods going on and on and on and on. Do we blame it on the weather phenomenon that is going on? And if we have sense, common sense, do you think that the forest that we have that is helping us combat this, we will sell them out to be destroyed? Well, I rest my case. It's already okay. With me in the studio, Mr. Frank Davis, I'm Archie. Now we're going to be going on to have a look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, namely in Africa. One story: the Sudan anti-coup protests continue in Khartoum. The story says that thousands of protesters took to the streets of the Sudanese capital Khartoum and its twin city of Omdurman on Monday to denounce the October military coup that plunged the country into further turmoil. The latest demonstration is another in a long string of protests following the coup, which derailed the country transition to democratic rule. Royal police fired tear gas at protesters in Omdurman while confrontation took place between the security forces and protesters in some neighborhoods. Now, protesters carried flags, banged instruments, and chanted slogans while marching on the city's streets. Now, my question, Frank, do we expect too much from our politicians or our leaders? Because it looks like
we give them too much.
We give them too much.
We give them too much. I think, okay, our politicians are not opening up. They don't open up, and probably it's because they also promise us too much when they are coming, and they give us false hope. If I go to talk to a lady, and I'm trying to befriend a lady, I'm trying to ask her out, and I say, look, I'm going to take you to one of the best Ghanaian restaurants. When we go there, we're going to eat jollof. They have one of the best jollof, and this is a lady who wants to eat jollof. Yeah, right. Alicia, I hope you are doing well.
She likes it jollof.
She likes her jollof. Okay. And assuming we go to that restaurant, I've praised this restaurant. Look, the shellfish and everything over there, and we go there and all we have is, Singapore fried rice. That's the only thing that is being served over there.
Maybe that's Singapore fried rice.
No, there are many Singapore fried rice or chicken chow mein or those things.
Yeah.
The lady will have a legitimate right to what she can ask. Is that all?
Yeah, of course.
Where's the jollof?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Wait, round two is coming.
Round two is coming. The pot, we are told the chef is ill. COVID has actually infected the rice. Ukraine war, and therefore, are you getting me? So when our politicians come to us and tell us all kind of and make us all kind of promises, we basically are being told that, look, trust us. You basically asking us to put it's a gamble. We should place our bet on you.
Yeah.
We should basically say that, okay, the last resort of our belief, our hope, our future aspirations, we should count on you to help deliver them. Here you come to power 1 month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Still going strong.
And I am hoping that what you promised me, at least, I am a farmer.
Yeah.
I was promised that my road that prevents me from selling my harvest at a reasonable price in the market, and not to be taken advantage of by people who can bring in 4-wheel drive because of the bad nature of route. And therefore, if I could get it 7 kilometers away for 10 naira, I'm not being offered 3 naira. But I have no means because I cannot afford transport. No car in my area can ply that road. At least that road has been fixed. It gives me hope. I want to expand my farming. It means that I can sell more. It means that I can make money. It means that I do not have to depend on you. It means that I can reliably look after my family. But here we are, the rain came and the pothole that we had turned into a manhole. If I come accusing you that you promised and fail, what will I be what will I be accused of the money more? It was a pothole when you promised that you fix it. It is not a manhole. It means my conditions are gone worse. Did we go or did we come? Someone will say,
we are standing. we didn't go, we didn't come, we jumped and we landed at the same place. We didn't go nowhere. But it's sad because we've seen these protests, the protesters going on, and we have, the security agencies shooting at them and doing all sorts at them. You know, earlier on we thought that maybe when it comes to demonstration, or the people can actually do it, and we have the Western world or the advanced, let me put it, the advanced countries supporting those who are being marginalized or oppressed. But this around we don't see that, because we see the whole thing changing, where somebody can decide, I'm stronger than you, and I think you are being a pain, and I'm trying to deal with you. So how did that pan out? So you have them doing that. They will be killing them. Until when?
Archie, I think they need a dialogue, because the Sudan issue, when Bashir was removed, I think there was a popular support, and I think the military were supposed to follow a program timetable. That was not happening. We then had an intervention. We had a government that was in place, basically an understanding that these people will run their affairs for some time. Then the military came through the back door, exerting their power again. I think that was not right. I think the military now have to understand that, look, the people are not willing. They supported you when it was right. Now they've withdrawn their support. So it's wrong. And I think that's what should be done. They should go back to the drawing table and be able to do what the public wants.
Okay, let's see whether they will do that. That is a question, because it's gone on and we don't know whether the attention of the advanced countries have been drawn to other issues. Of course, we know that it's been drawn to other issues. But what do you think? Feel free to join us. Call us on 0208-133-2257 or 580208-133-2257 or 58. If you are in the US, Canada, or the Caribbean area, 0017183032737. 0017183032737. You can also text or WhatsApp at 07539661744. For our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK. Email address is info@starradiouk.com. 12:32 the time. Starr Radio UK, the station, the morning show, the program, the Tuesday edition. Of course, unless you live on another planet and you don't know what day it is today. All right, now let's move on to some other international stories. Now, yesterday or over the weekend, we had the President of the United States of America in Asia visiting some of the countries there, and making a statement pertaining to Taiwan. Now, the U.S. has not got any, like, let me say, which country has US got that right to be protected like that? So they don't have the right to do that, but they sell arms to Taiwan. Now he goes in there to sign a word of warning and comparing what is happening in Ukraine, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, to what China, and saying that, well, China is taking Taiwan as one, or as China says that Taiwan, there's only one China, and so Taiwan is part of breakaway. Yes, so they need that bit back. And I said that, well, they are signing a word of warning to them. If they dare invade, they are going to come all out. So I was looking at it and I was looking at, whoa. We have one war that we've not even seen the end of it. We don't know what is going to happen on that one. Now we are cooking another one. And these are all strong, powerful hands that we are trying to. I mean, in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, we're going to see a big bang, and then that'll be it.
Archie, the failure of the government hasn't it now been taken over by Ukraine war? It's been taken over by Ukraine war, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you see, Archie, Taiwan is very strategic. It's of a strategic importance to the US because a lot of electronics, semiconductors, and others. Taiwan actually it's good at that. They produce quite a lot of them. And again, actually, it's all about market control. It's all about who buys. It's all about business. Wars are about business. And everything we're doing here is about business. It's about money, the control. Who have control over others. And the more we sell your arms, we have control over technology. Because most arms that they sell to people are old technology that they're not going to sell you the best of the best. It's not going to happen. Because at the end of the day, they need to have a way of neutralizing you should you want to use it against them. That's what they will do. You see, US threatening China, for me, I think it's a joke. US can boast of being one of the best. That's what they've done in the past that we've seen. But these days, whoever they've been, they've lost. Archie, tell me one area they've been recently that they've won.
None. Apart from going to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki and then the Second World War.
Apart from
every war,
their intelligence is good, but which war have they won? When George Bush mounted this and declared the war is over.
That's when it started. That
was the genesis of the whole thing.
Oh God.
What is happening in Iraq today? Is it something that they can write home? Afghanistan, it was tactical run away. What do you call it? Syria, it was a tactical run away. So basically, so far, I cannot pinpoint an active war that the US as a military has been in and has won to be able to allow these people. They can have so much weapon and other things that they have nuclear. Others have nuclear. China is also a nuclear power. So what are they going to be able to do that China can't do? The population of China.
They won't bomb.
The population of China dwarfed the population of the US. So what are you telling about? When it comes to mobilizing those who fight, China will mobilize more army than US can ever have. If it comes to, let's now get, young men and women. They have more of a younger population generation than the US. So what are we talking about? I'm not saying China is a super decent power. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we should be careful that US should be careful that they are not over talking their power. Are you get me? They are not over talking. They are not over talking their power. That they have this, they have this, they have this, they can do this, they can do this. Others are doing it. If they think they have weapon A, another person has weapon B. Recently, we saw the fight on the market front. Google. When Google say Huawei, don't come. Well, we've seen a limited number of Huawei phones and are going down a little bit. But their brother sister is here. MI. MI is there. MI is actually doing quite well. The Huawei phone I have within a short space of time, they develop their own app. So Google, you can F off. We got our own platform. So at the end of the day, Archie, it is not okay. Technology today is not the gospel tablet that was handed over to Moses. that is only you who are carrying it as a sacred piece. That when you get angry and break it, no one can.
Yeah.
And
you go to your chambers, you look at it and come and tell us this. And
that's it. No, it is not. It is not. If you can go to your chambers and consult a deity, they also have their Buddha to consult. So actually, at the end of the day, technology is not locked in US. China now has its own space, building its own space station. So what again? What again do you want? Tell me, what can US do today that others will not be able to do? What can they do? They giving money away to country in terms of charity to control them. China is investing so much money. So what? Even China is not owning US. So
no.
US, the US is owning.
Yeah.
So what are they talking about?
Well, listeners, it's interesting what is happening from across the globe, but hopefully there'll be peace. Hopefully. One other story before we come to the UK. Now, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said he no longer recognizes the leader of the neighboring Greece and will refuse to meet him at a planned summit. Now, Mr. Erdogan accused Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis of seeking to block the sale of American-made F-16 fighter jets to Turkey while visiting the US. There's no longer anyone called Mitsotakis in my book, Mr. Erdogan told reporters after a cabinet meeting. Greece said it will not get into a confrontation of statements with them. Now, you know, he has been a power broker. I mean, we're talking about what is happening in Ukraine, we're talking about Russia, we're talking about virtually the Middle East and the West. You think that he is the one who calls the shots. Now, we have Greece as well.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem Erdogan has now is his quest to buy some of those military assets from the US. And that is where the US is also going to look. If you do not agree for Finland and Chile,
we will not bring that.
Approve it. But you see, when it comes to NATO, it's also true that one of the countries with the largest standing army is Turkey. So there's a dependency ratio, whichever dependency relationship
on Turkey,
whichever way you look at it. But see, Greece again is a security threat that Russia complain about. That's exactly what Greece is complaining about, because at the end of the day, if you are my neighbor and you arming yourself that much, I should be worried. Look, you have kittens in your house, and your neighbor keep on bringing dogs, big ones, in their garden.
You want to be friends?
Jesus Christ! You will be worried for your kittens.
They stray their lives will be finished.
You will be worried. Actually, it's natural. You will be worried. Are you getting me? That is situation. So the same security situation that Russia was complaining about, that's the same thing that Greece is complaining about. In the end of the day, if you look at what is happening in Yemen, you know, American jets that are being used by Saudi to bomb
them.
They have the right to be concerned. So Greece has a right to be concerned. But what is that meeting going to be? Whether it's going to be benefit Greek or not, I don't think they care about. And they had a problem as well with the migrant situation. Where Greece was always on the neck of Turkey, that it engineered the flow of. You pass it, Archie. When you open your door and someone is you see someone behind your gate, or they're passing through your backyard, and you ask, where are you going to say, I'm going here? Will you be that much concerned?
No. Okay, go
let me close my door. That's what you be concerned about. That's what happened.
I'm not staying in your house. I'm going to someone's house. Well, listeners, some breaking news that have come in, let me bring your way. It's not a good one at all. The boss of the UK energy regulator has warned that the energy price cap is expected to rise to around 2,800 in October. Now, Jonathan Breley told MPs that the price cap, now 1,971, will increase by nearly £1,000 due to continued volatility in the gas market. Now, we've been saying this. This Ukrainian war has not stopped the gassing or people. I mean, how they mine the gas or how they drill for gas. It's not stopped the production of fuel. So what exactly is going on? Are they just, I mean, like the livers and the shakers that you are talking about, just trying to, hey, we're doing it this way, and everybody toes the line whether you like it or not. And people are calling for a tax on this windfall. And government seem to be dilly-dallying.
Everything we're going through is government decision, and most of it is engineered by the markets and those who play the markets against the poor. And that's exactly what look, if last week we saw gas, if you look at stock market, gas prices came down last week. Right? Did you see any reduction in anything that you do at all? The answer is completely no. Right? The answer, and they're going to force people to start doing illegal connections in this country. They're going to force people to start doing bypassing in this country. If you're caught, you're caught. But people are not caught. People are going to be taking risk. Exceptional risk. Because if you're talking about 2008 per year, what you are saying effectively is about 13% of someone's annual income. If an average income is 26%, a lot of average 26,000 in the UK, but a chunk of people earn around 15,000. Bank workers, a lot of these cashiers and shop owners, this thing, between 12 and 20,000. So you peg it even at 20,000. What you're looking at effectively, you're looking at about a 14% of someone gross annual income. How much do taxi drivers make the whole year? Are you getting you take it? And that doesn't come with water at all. Water hasn't come in. Insurance necessarily hasn't come in. So actually, it is becoming very clear, in my view, that this is system engineered by those who control the system to be able to get us poor and make us poorer.
Wow. Well, listeners, interesting. You want to know how you can make some extra money? Well, you have to listen to BB Clement this afternoon, because she's coming out with what the Jews have been up to. That in challenging times like that, they are still able to make it. But
actually, some news is coming. I'm here to verify it.
Okay.
That Chinese and Russia bombers reportedly fly around Japan.
Okay, we will be monitoring that as well. Well, is it true?
Let me go to my village. Thank God we do not have enough to come and support anyone.
Oh my. Listeners, Starr Radio UK. Well, maybe they'll take us to Ukraine to go and help them. All right, now let's move on to the final segment of the storage. One from number 10 and one football, one from the football front as well. Now, the Prime Minister was yesterday. Some pictures came out where he was proposing a toast or raising a toast in number 10. Now, Boris Johnson is facing fresh questions after photos showing the Prime Minister drinking at an event during the COVID lockdown were published. Now, the pictures released by some of the news networks believed to show the Prime Minister at a living party on 13th November 2020. The story says that at least one person who attended the event was fined, but the Prime Minister was not. Now, the Metropolitan Police are facing calls to explain why Mr. Johnson did not receive a fine, and some are calling for the independent regulatory body that sees to the Metropolitan Police as well to come and actually interrogate them themselves. So what is happening? Is it that somebody, the Prime Minister said, "Hey, you guys, or we don't want any of this, just stop it, don't do it"?
Actually, from the very first day, some of us knew this was a cover-up. That was what was on my mind. The very first day that the police announced that they were even going to investigate, which actually stopped the lady from Sue Gray from publishing her report. For us, for me, I thought that was a cover up. Why did they have to wait for the Sugar report? Why did they have to wait for the police report?
Before Sugar
why couldn't it have? She could have published it, and they could even use that book as part of evidence to be able to go after that. But it was a way of delaying and diverting attention, using what they call the war that we have. In fact, I'll go further suggesting that some of this war were engineered even by the UK.
They stoked the fire more.
So they stoked the fire more, and that's exactly. And no wonder they have been close to Zelensky more than any other country because they know they push Zelensky. To act one will call it stupidly. Are you get me? Now, actually, in my view, no one should be able to. The picture speaks 1,000 words, and what I saw yesterday, if anyone has doubt at all and has a bit of moral want to be looked as a morally good person, I don't think anyone should provide justification for what happened. Yes, they've been arrogant about it a little bit. I don't think it's going to help. The pictures that Independent published yesterday are telling enough. The question is, why did the police find someone and did not find
the Prime Minister?
That's a question the police must answer.
Yeah. But there was one MP who was being questioned and was saying that, well, didn't the police investigate it? Now, if the police investigated it and said that he wasn't guilty of anything and he would not get any other fines, then it is okay. He might not whatever they did might not be right or this, but they've been exonerated, and therefore we should just let it be like that. But others who were interviewed, I mean, on the ground, are saying that they don't like somebody who lies to be their leader.
Actually, I do not believe we should be able to just forget it. Politics is about integrity. Leadership is about integrity. It's about respect for laws, at least. And do not forget, we take oaths to basically obey what the law says. So if Parliament pass a law and you just think it's just a common document, therefore you are just going to violate it, I do not agree. We should learn from our leaders, and if we're going to be learning from honesty, truthfulness, accountability to the people, and then I think our leaders should be showing us the way. And so far, he has not. He has not shown that. I mean, that's my conclusion, because a specific question was asked, for instance, by one of the ladies: did you or did the party took place on 13th of November?
He said no party.
He said no party whatsoever took place. But here you are, a picture of you on the 13th of November, toasting, hosting, you know, in a joyous and buoyant, a mood, not as if you're working and you just took something from. No, people were standing, toast were a bit. So added with wine, there was a sanitizer on the table, which again will show that you know that COVID is around. And therefore there were a lot of bottles,
empty bottles, and filled bottles.
Which means that you've had, when people were queuing, begging, can they just go and see their dad's loved ones for the last time, and you said no.
But again, you know, some people are of the view that, look, whatever the government decision that was being taken at that time was good. It protected people. Okay, what government did, what they were doing there was that they were putting themselves at risk. So they were protecting you, but they put themselves at risk. So
then you should have allowed everybody to protect themselves. God for us all. Yeah, you could have allowed that. If that is the case, then you could have allowed us so that we all go, we know God for us, or
if I die, I don't die.
But there was a law in place put out by you,
announcing every day, terrorizing people, threatening people, court you'll be dealt with, and all those things. Actually, I don't agree. It should just stay the same. Okay, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We're going to bring the program to a close, but we end with a football story. It's not on the pitch though. Now, Kurt Zuma, West Ham defender, pleads guilty to kicking and slapping a cat. I mean, this is something that took place in their house. The West Ham United defender Kurt Zuma has pleaded guilty to kicking and slapping his pet cat in a video that also showed him saying, "I swear I'll kill it." Now, the 27-year-old admitted 2 offences under the Animal Welfare Act at a hearing at Thames Magistrate Court. Now, Zuma's brother Yon, who plays for Dagenham and Redbridge, admitted 1 offence after an RSPCA investigation. Now, Young 24 filmed the incident, which was posted on social media. Sentencing has been adjourned to the 1st of June. The brothers' addresses were withheld following a court order. Now, how stupid can people be? Somebody is doing this. You film it. You know the environment that you live in. I mean, even if the person is being stupid and you filmed it, why do you then post it?
Okay, it's sometimes you find it difficult to understand some of these people. I don't know. I think whatever punishment needs to go, let it go.
It saddens me because wherever you see the two of them, they are making something for themselves and for their extended families. All those people, now you're going to do that and just truncate whatever is going on. How it's going to impact them negatively?
Let get negative for life, not just now. Negative for life, but hey, that's why they've decided to let punishment that is due them be given.
Yeah. Well, listeners, I think we have to bring the program to a close. Yes, Frank, before we go,
Archie, this afternoon we have BB Means Business coming, and we also do have the CEO in the evening. So the station, our what do you call it? Our DJs will be taking over very shortly.
Okay. All right then. So we want to say thank you very much for tuning in to join us today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. If you were not able to,
okay.
Yes.
Breaking news coming from Ghana.
Yes, bring it on.
Jawusta Construction Works Company Limited has secured a court writ to seize government vehicles from Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ashanti Regional Directorate of Agriculture, for non-payment of debt to the company. My fellow Ghanaians, this is what has before us.
Well, now, don't they have this money that is being paid? How do they even call that? That is paid them from government chest every.
Well. That's my Ghana, my happy home.
I told you, my brother said, if you dare teach any child Ghana, my happy home, and they said, I think the parents will come beating you up because they don't see any happy thing on that front. But listeners, this is where we bring the program to a close. We're going to bring you some nice tune from the Zongo Man. It's the problem of Africa. Maybe as Trump was advocating when the COVID was reigning in the US, we need to get them some bleach, inject them with some bleach in their heads, and maybe to purge their minds. What about that? We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the morning show. And as we said, this afternoon, exactly at 1:30, BB Clement with BB Means Business, and the CEO with Simon Frazier. But lots of music coming your way. On that note, bye-bye. It's me, Archie, and Mr. Frank Davis saying have a top of the day. The Zongo Man says it all. The problem of Africa.
The problem of Africa is the lead. Who run things? The problem of Africa is
This is Starr Radio UK.
Who run things? Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Another degree. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption.